Here's a super quick summary of board measurements and which ones actually matter. Let's start with length. Length determines what the board does. Longer is faster. Shorter is more maneuverable. It's as simple as that. But length plays very little part in stability. This board is way longer than this board, but this board is far more stable because it's wider. Width is the big number that determines how stable a board is and how much weight it can carry. If you make a board wider, it will always be able to carry more weight and it will always feel more stable. But you don't want to make it too wide because extra width becomes drag. Okay, what about volume? Now this actually isn't an important number at all unless we're talking about very small, very high performance SUP surfing boards. Your board needs enough volume to float you, and pretty much any normal paddleboard will have maybe 2 or 3 times that much. On hardboards, where the volume is put will play a part in determining how the board performs. But overall, volume is not a number you need to worry about. You certainly can't assume it has anything to do with stability. This board has way more volume than this board, but this board is a whole lot less stable. More volume actually often means less stability. What about thickness? Now on a hardboard it's not a particularly relevant number because the thickness changes all over the place. The designer can put thickness wherever they want to. Whereas on an inflatable, the thickness is the same throughout the board's entire length. So it does become a more important number. Making an inflatable thicker is the quick and easy way to make it stiffer. But you don't want a board to be too thick because it means you're higher off the water and you've actually introduced a lot more volume, which makes the board feel more corky. So if you can get a high quality inflatable that's less thick, it will perform better. The other number you will often see mentioned when you're looking at the specifications of a board, particularly with inflatables, is the maximum weight carrying capacity. Now this number is completely meaningless because nobody has actually defined what it's supposed to mean. Is it how much weight the board can take with a person standing in one place, or the weight spread out along the entire surface of the board? Because it hasn't been defined, you can't use it to compare from one board to the other. There is no science behind it at all. We regularly see boards advertised with almost identical dimensions, so effectively they're the same board, but they have totally different quoted maximum weights. So in summary, length is really important. Width is really important. From those two numbers, you can get a very good idea of what a board will do and who it's for. If you're purchasing an inflatable, then thickness is also good to know. Volume, largely irrelevant, and maximum weight capacity, nonsense. If you want to know how stable a board is and how much weight it can carry, look at the width.